Okay, there we go. I am live again. How cool is this? I can't tell you how excited I am that I am actually live, because I have only had my phone to do the videos that I've been doing so far through the whole quarantine and COVID time, until just recently. So, and I got my old souped up computer back, so it's made a huge difference. So, yeah, I'm just gonna kind of take it easy for a minute or two. Whoever has come in to join, yeah, I'm celebrating the new moon with launching live shows on YouTube, pulling some tarot, looking at how this new moon is going to fare for all signs, and then I'm here to pull one card. But if you'd like to make a donation of $5, I am happy to pull 3 for you. So the information for donations is just down below. And I'm going to see if I can get this linked up to my Facebook, so that yeah. So let's see here. Okay, I think I'm going to be able to put a link. Okay, I think I'm going to be able to put a link. I think I'm going to be able to put a link. Echo, Bon Echo, there it goes. Echo, Bon Echo, there it goes. All right, so the echo's done now. Let's see, I'm going to post this on Facebook, as I learned all about social media and networking in real time for you all. And yeah, look at that. Okay. So that's posted on Facebook. So my friends over there can find me. So this is all very exciting. Thank you for your patience as I get everything set up. And I wanted to let a few of my friends know on WhatsApp. So there we go. There's one friend. And there's the other friend. I got a few friends. They're out there. And there we go. And there's the links. All right. So I guess I should get this show on the road. I have come here to do the tarot. I just finished uploading all of my videos for December. So December's energies from November 30th all the way through, because we're in this big eclipse deal right now. And so, yeah, these are definitely intense times. And I always find, the tarot is kind of uncanny and ironic, and how relevant it really can be. So I'm going to shuffle these up a little bit and see. We had the eclipse this afternoon. I think it was pretty much done by the time we hit around 2 or 2:30 this afternoon. So now we're on the other side, within a gate. So lots of spontaneous, Wheel of Fortune, was coming up. I've noticed a pattern, big changes for a lot of people. And depending on what you've been working on, some of those changes are going to be more extreme than others. And, the new moon, it doesn't have to happen on exact moment. It's just, within this particular time frame, the energies are going to be supporting surprises and changes and stuff. So I'm going to pull 3 cards for each sign, and we'll see what this eclipse is bringing Aries, post eclipse. So 2 and 3. So the surrounding energies. Oh, nice. The Magician. So, manifesting, and, you may be taking advantage of some of the Neptunian sparkle and magic dust that's kind of around everything. It's a weird time because it's pushing so many things to the surface, and some of them are like really exciting and moving you in the right direction. And also there's fear around what it is we're trying to make happen. So Aries, you have the Knight of Wands. Ooh, a little bright on that. So with the Knight of Wands, in the past, you may have been moving and shaken and maybe a little hard to pin down. Now you seem to have a tremendous amount of clarity. And it's, this is, a whole new level, like jumping from the Knight to the Queen. That's a pretty huge leveling up in your personal evolution. But there's still some grief. I've been noticing that each sign is, depending on the event, whether it's the first one, November 30th, December 14th today, or the 21st, maybe even the 30th, which is another eclipse in Cancer. So that's going to be some repeated themes. It's like we have to review, reflect, and process a tremendous amount of grief. And it's like, but it's, a lot of this stuff is going to be for the last time. Once you feel it, it's gone. And once it's, once that burden has been taken off your shoulders, then you're completely free to manifest, and you're likely to have, a soulmate come towards you, get the rest that you finally deserve. You've been working hard with Mars in your sign for, for as long as you have. I mean, we've had Mars in there since June 27th. And, Mars leaves Aries on the 6th of January. So all of this intensity is definitely going to die down for you. Pardon me. So that's Aries for this new moon. Happy new moon, Aries. And happy new moon to everyone. Yeah, this is going to be good. I think I'm going to do a video like as a fangirl for so many of the readers that I watch, because I watched quite a few of them, and they've been my inspiration, and I've watched a lot of people since they were starting out, and I've had a few starts here and there, but it's always good to go back to, even though, I may not have gotten reports out every day over this time. I have, there's enough history there that as these cycles continue, it's actually really helpful to go back. And my reports are going to actually integrate some of those suggestions as we make sense of the patterns of things. So let's look at Taurus. 3 cards for Taurus for this eclipse. So that's 1, and that's 2, and 3. All right, so you're in the flow, Taurus. You may have gotten stuck-ish around the 30th. I think you were one of the signs where all the challenges were around the 30th. But whatever's going on, it has to do with love. So let's take a look at your cards. So in the past, confused, so many options, just not really knowing really what you wanted, but there's a message. You may have received a message that may have been your surprise for today, because also Uranus is in your sign, so Uranus could be part of that kind of scenario as well. And it looks as though you're traveling. And if I'm not mistaken, Taurus, when I looked, when I did your reading for this month, there was an overwhelming sense of, yeah, it's time to go. So I do remember that part. So yeah, Taurus, I mean, whatever you're, it's like with this card, with the Seven of Cups, that's just, everything's all mushy. You can't really, you can't really make sense of stuff. And, some things look good, some things look okay, but as you're coming into the Six of Swords, there's a lot more clarity. You can see it now, like the fog is gone. So yeah, and that's kind of how I remember it too. That, the toughest part was going to be at the beginning of the month for you. So yeah, so very good. Glad to see that things are leveling out, and that it looks like you may be traveling for love. So Gemini, let's see what's happening for you for this eclipse. And Gemini, this would be a big deal for you somewhere in your relationships, because this eclipse is in Sagittarius. So let's see. Work. So you're working. In the past, you came up with a really good idea, or some new passion entered your life. And today we've got the Knight of Cups, so that could be a love offer. But then we've got the Eight of Swords, and the Eight of Swords I've kind of called my quarantine card. I mean, it can also just be, restricted by your own thoughts. And yeah, it's like, in work, you've got a new passion. You are ready to go. In fact, you're on your way. But there's something that's going to slow you down, and you don't see it coming. It could be that you can't get somewhere. That your actual travel is like maybe a canceled flight. Or something to that effect. So, but it's definitely associated with something that you're working on. And it is kind of a beginning, but then it kind of feels like a false start later on. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff. And, once we get also into January, it's going to feel very different when Mars leaves Aries and goes into Taurus. There's going to be, a real significant shift in the way that we feel. So Gemini, Cancer, here we go. So Cancer, and we've got one card. And there's two. And there's three. So Cancer, what's going on? Okay, so this is about deep intuition, deep sense of knowing. And introspection, I'm seeing here. And we've got the Lover's card in the past. We've got the Two of Wands, so that could be nostalgia for a past lover. And then we've got the Hangman. So yeah, you're definitely in process about something. And there could be a Gemini involved. But or Pisces, or a Taurus, or an Aries. Yeah, like look at that. Okay, so we've got, yeah, the Fool. So there may be trust, abundance issues. I don't know. Things are really going well. Priestess can sometimes talk about secrets. And the Priestess with the Lovers, there could be a secret affair going on, but you know, that's probably only for a couple of people and maybe even not. But I'm thinking that that there may be something that your intuition is piqued, you know, and it's because of something that's connected with the past. Like it's almost like a deja vu kind of feeling. And so then that puts you in a state where you're like, I got to really kind of see what those two things together mean, you know? So like putting together pieces of a puzzle. And this is very much what these events are kind of doing. It's like one thing has to happen, and then another thing has to happen, and then another thing has to happen. And then, you know, whether this is like somebody's epiphany, somebody's action, like it's kind of all over the map, you know, depending on what sign you are and what you've been pushing towards already. So, yeah. So that was Cancer. So now we're going to go into Leo and see where Leo's at for this new moon solar eclipse. There's one. And there's two for Leo for the new moon solar eclipse, Sagittarius. Ooh, a new beginning. Ace of Pentacles. That's an excellent. You know, it's also the yes card. It's the yeah. Yes. If Leo, if you've got a question in your mind about something, the answer is yes. So, oh my goodness. Now you saw me shuffle that. So maybe there's a Cancer somewhere in your world. The Lovers have come up in the same position as Cancer. And then we've got the Queen of Pentacles. So that could be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Very maternal energies. And oh, look at that. Who had that? I think Taurus had that. So you could be interacting with a Taurus, you know, and of course, Queen of Pentacles can be seen as a Taurus as well. So you may be traveling towards one, yeah, this could be someone that you've been separated from for the duration of quarantine and lockdown, and it's been very sad for you. But you know, you've stayed calm and you've tried to focus on the good, but it's been hard. So yeah, there you go, Leo. You know, you are definitely moving into a better place and something fresh, you know. Ace of Pentacles, you know, that's walking through the doorway, you know, to new opportunities. All right, so this would be Virgo now. So what do we have for Virgo for the eclipse? Ooh, and Sagittarius. Let's see. Okay, so there's one. And then there's two. and 3. All right. So what are the surrounding energies? The Star card. So that's hope. Better days. The light at the end of the tunnel. It can also represent an Aquarius. But it looks like you got the Lovers card too. Not Lovers, 2 of Cups. So let's see what was in the little past. There we go. Wheel of Fortune. So big changes. This you may have felt a significant change or shift just ahead of today. In the energies, and you're feeling really great. Lots of emotional fulfillment. You may be with family and celebrating, and you've got the 9 of Wands in your future. So you're not giving up. Like it seems as though something has changed. But for the most part, you're okay because you're with family, and you're exhausted for sure. Where there's a lot of work, and at times it's a real burden. But there's new ideas, and there's you've got equal give and take with your friends, and you are working on projects and building. So you could be in the process of a significant change, but trying to keep other things on the same track. So yeah. I can't remember exactly what your report was saying, but I have to say that most of us are very tired because we're shedding things that are really hard. Our attachments to how we think things are supposed to be, and then we're surrounded by people who are all doing the same thing. And it makes it really hard for all of us. So we all have to be very careful. Oh, all right. So this is for Libra. 1 card for Libra. 2 cards for Libra. I guess 3 cards for Libra. Okay, so Libra. Surrounding energies are the Knight of Wands. So things may have been moving really fast for you. And in the past, in the recent past, could have been a very emotional period for you. You may have even withdrawn and been emotionally, not as available as maybe you usually are. Yeah, you're keeping everything close to your chest. You're not talking to many people. And yeah, you're not really moving. You're just kind of, you've been processing a lot of emotions, and, you've had to change the way that you do things. You've needed to slow down, and be more focused on your pentacles, which, when you add up the pentacle that he's carrying and then the 4 that he's got, that's the 5 of Pentacles. So, maybe the focus on your emotions and on your money has actually made you less available to people. So, yeah, there you go, Libra. So let's get some cards for Scorpio. And see, wow, I've been on for 24 minutes. Time flies. So, all right, so 1 card for Scorpio. 2 cards for Scorpio. 3 cards for Scorpio. I'm going to have to tuck that back in. I was tempted to take it, though. All right. So here we have the 6 of Pentacles. So the 6 of Pentacles is about equal give and take. It's about negotiation. It's about, you know, when one person's doing really good, they help out the other guy, and vice versa. So in the recent past, you embarked on a new journey, Scorpio. You had to kind of take a leap of faith. And here we go. We've got the Ace of Swords, and you're finding your truth as a result of it. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles. So so you may be dealing with there's Taurus energies, just little ones though. You know, you may be just connecting with other people and trying to network. You know, it's like, hey, I'll help you out, you help me out, kind of thing. With the Fool, there may be an Aries somewhere in the picture, but I really get the impression that it's more about Scorpio taking a leap of faith and, you know, walking in their truth, and you know, achieving you know, financial goals. And the Queen of Pentacles also can be an earth sign, or a nurturing influence that's coming in. So it could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So that's for you, Scorpio. And we're going to talk about Sagittarius now, the star of the show. Sagittarius, this, you know, this is in your sign. You may really be putting to rest any old behaviors that that compromised your ability to take care of yourself. Oh, okay. So I saw it, but so there, I didn't see that one though. Oh, saw that one too. Okay. Well, Sagittarius, yes, a passionate new beginning for you. Ace of Wands. So it's like, you know, you've lit the match, right? In the past, we had anxiety, the Nine of Swords. And now it's about boundaries. It's about saying what's allowed. Oh, hi there, Chloe. I just saw that now. So we've got so yeah, it's about boundaries for you. And then I saw this, so it's kind of like the 7 to the 10 of Wands. There may be something coming in that's going to feel a little bit heavy for you. But, you know, don't lose sight of this, and be careful around people who are feeling like this, like fighting, you know, which is definitely possible. We're coming into the holidays, and, you know, with everybody feeling the way that they are, it's good for everybody to count to 10, I think. You know, even myself included, you know, there's been all sorts of crazy stuff happening in my life that I'm just like, what? Yeah. So Sag, it may be a bit trudging, but the really cool part of this for you, Sag, is that, you know, you have the experience to make good decisions for yourself. You know, you've done a lot of learning. You know, what Capricorn is coming out of, you came out of 2 years ago. So, you know, and the first and second houses can be the toughest. Now I guess you're gonna have Saturn in your third house of communication. Or does it go backwards? I don't know. I'm not an astrologer. I just like astrology. I love the patterns. So, okay. So Capricorn. So Capricorn, you, because I've had Capricorn friends, I know the kinds of struggles, and I've been very well aware that Saturn is in Capricorn, and also because I have a Capricorn moon. So I feel you. But this Christmas could stand to be one of the best Christmases you've seen in a long time. Now that, if you can keep your cool for the next 2 to 3 weeks, or 2 to 3 days, let's say, okay? For the next 4 to 5 days, don't let anything get under your skin, because everything is coming to you. Oh! Seven of Swords. Not my favorite card, I gotta be honest. Let's take a look at the other cards before we get there. Okay, so we got the Eight of Wands. And we've got the Chariot for now. And the Five of Wands. So over this next week, you may have some issues around somewhere that you want to travel. You may want to change plans around travel. And you may not be telling the whole story, which is not necessarily a bad thing. It doesn't have to be badly motivated, but it's there's something that you're not telling the full story. It's more like an error of omission. And around Christmas time, maybe that sort of thing is justified. Maybe you have some elaborate plan for a last minute opportunity at Christmas. And, you've got to be kind of secretive about it. But I have a funny feeling that it might blow up in your face. So this is why I'm saying be really careful, because you've got the Five of Wands coming. And, it might be, I think Sag. Didn't Sag just have this in this position? So, yeah, but I think it'll just be a blip, because overall the energies are really good. You finished Saturn school. Now it's Aquarius's turn. So yeah, I think overall you're going to find this season to be okay, but maybe a few sticky situations. So Capricorn, Aquarius. So you're going to be the one that's going to be leading the pack for the next little while, into the great new age of Aquarius. All right. So what do we have? Ooh, Aquarius being Aquarius. Queen of Swords. You're looking good. You're looking to the future. You're clear. You're super, super clear. And you're directing traffic even. It's like, no, over here, over there. Yes, you. Yeah. In the recent past, you've achieved a wonderful emotional stability in your family life. And yeah, it's making you feel like, okay, let's go. Okay. Excellent. Yeah, all systems are go, and you're going to be telling people, this is more directing traffic. It's like, I get a lot of delegation that something, that this new idea of yours, now that you feel this foundation of, okay, I've finally got my family solid, and I've got this emotional security at home, and now I'm ready to put my plans into action. And yeah, and I'm in charge. Yeah, Aquarius is definitely in charge. But, I I mentioned this in one of the other reads, I think, but you know, you're a benevolent dictator. You're doing it with love because there's work to be done. Absolutely. Because you're being you and you're ready to go forward and move fast. Like people are going to have to keep up, you know, are going to have to keep up with you. So, do I hear see things and see things? I definitely, I get impressions in my imagination for sure. And I get like an idea of something and then I just express it, even if it's random. So, but for the most part, I let the cards reveal the story because they're a great vehicle with symbolism and archetypes that that you can repeat, and that you know that there are a couple of cards that are similar, but there's slightly different dynamics, you know. And because I've been reading tarot for a while, I'm able to bring those in the context of wherever it sits in the reading. So, but would I say that I see ghosts? No, there's maybe a couple of people that I know who have passed who kind of pop in now and again, but I would not say that I'm an interpreter for those who are on the other side. Yeah, most of the information that I get, it's more like an idea that pops in, or I get like a little flash. So. So, so what sign are you, Stephanie? What sign are you, Stephanie? Okay. You know, there's a lot of, I've been noticing in other readers as well, that there's definitely some push-pull happening between Leo and Aries right now. You know, most of us are finishing old cycles out. How about if I get, if you want to stick around for a few minutes, let me finish, because what did I just do? That was Aquarius. I got one more sign and I can pull one card for you and we'll see what we get. How does that sound? All right, so we'll get Pisces here. Poor Pisces, always last. I'm so sorry. One of these days I will start with Pisces because they deserve it, you know? Their birthday's coming up soon. I could do that. So the surrounding energies for Pisces would be the King of Pentacles. And the King of Pentacles can be an earth sign. It also could be like, you know, you got the money, you know, money is not a problem for you right now. And a lot of other people are really happy about that. So in the past, we have the Ace of Cups. So there might have been a new beginning in love, or you may have, you know, if I remember the reading correctly, Pisces is going through a bit of an emotional phase, that this is what this eclipse season is about for you. And so it's like, you know, you're going to feel like your cup is overflowing. You're going to feel your emotions are just right under the surface all the time. You know, somebody tells you a sentimental story, theoretically, you know, you could get misty right there on the spot. You know, a cheesy commercial can get you too. So, but you may be very much affected. And if I'm not mistaken, that was part of the astrology. We have the Wheel of Fortune. And I do remember the possibility of something having to do with your career, that something was kind of going to sneak up on you, and you think, uh-oh, you know, is there going to be a problem? And I don't think there's going to be a problem at all. In fact, I think it's going to be a stroke of luck for Pisces that this actually occurred, because it's going to bring you to the next level in your career. It's going to be one of those kind of you know, moments that define you. You know, that's the kind of energy that we're dealing with right now. I watch the Leo King, so if any of you have ever watched him, you'll know what I'm talking about. But it is crazy, the astrology for December. Absolutely insane. So, Stephanie, are you still there? Would you still like me to pull one card for you? I'm happy to pull a card. If you're still there, is there anyone else? I can't tell. It says there's 2 people in the room, but I don't know how. I know Facebook sometimes makes it look like there's less than there is, but I don't know if that's the case with YouTube. I'm new. Well, I don't see Stephanie there. Wow, 40 minutes. 40 minutes. Well, if there's anyone who would like a card, I am more than happy to pull a card. So I'm going to go see if I've got any messages over at Facebook. Ta-da. It's a quiet night. I guess it takes a while. That's cool. You know, I think I'm going to start popping on daily just to do, like, you know, cards for fun. Yeah, why not? All right. Well, that was a good time. I'm gonna keep doing it. So, you know, thank you to those who joined me tonight. Keep an eye out, subscribe, and also hit the little bell so you get notified when I go live next time. And yeah, and we'll play with perspective, as I like to say, with tarot. So I hope you're all well. Take care of yourselves, and we will definitely see you again. Oh, wait a second. What tomorrow's energy will be. Let's see. Tomorrow's energy, well, I don't know if, the last couple of days were really, really heavy because the moon was in Scorpio. And now that we're in Sag, it's a little better, but we're still definitely in the energy of the eclipses. If you want to know more about astrology, Chloe, like I said, I highly recommend the Leo King. If you don't know who he is, just search for him on YouTube. He also has a High Vibe website, and he's probably like the most articulate on astrology and the changing day-to-day energies that I see. I refer to his stuff a lot. And, you know, a few other astrologers who do written reports too that I like to check out. So I hope that's helpful. So thanks for hanging out, Chloe. I appreciate it. We'll see you again. And if you're not a subscriber, hit that button. All right. Thank you so much, guys. Have a good night.